Everyone, I've lately been playing a game called Oxenfree. It's an indie game, costs roughly €20 here, and I haven't finished it yet, but there's something about it I want to talk about. Something I think it does exceptionally well compared to other video games in the medium, and that is the horror aspect. I'm not going to talk too much about the story-wise of Oxenfree. Let's just say, for the quick premise, a bunch of kids travel this island, go drinking, have a crazy time, all that, blah, blah. Let's just say, at one point, you played this teenage girl, and her best friend says, he wants to show you a cave nearby. Let's just go and say you, along with your new stepbrother, explore the cave. And weird shit happens. Anyway, throughout the game, you feel that there's this very tense feeling. There's you feel there's something wrong about the place. None is said, and none really happens most of the time. Something just feels wrong, and it feels like there's a slow uneasiness developing, but it's not there. It's just you feel like it's coming, and sure enough, the more and more you play, the weirder and weirder shit gets until stuff really weird starts happening, and then there's these rare moments where the horror kind of just comes at you. Not jump scare, but you can tell the game ramps up a little in the horror aspect because of kind of weird shit happens and there's this one part I love. Basically, there's an option when you pause the game. You can look at you can go into settings, the usual stuff. Then there's letters and photos. Basically, you can read letters you found through the game, or you can look at photos. Basically, once every we'll say area, you can take a photo. Here's the thing, you don't even have to look at the photos, you can just keep playing the game and ignore them. Here's what I like. Basically, take a photo of this random place, boom, you move on. But I checked the photo, and in the photo it shows you and your stepbrother, and behind you is this demon looking ghost. And you would never have seen that if you didn't check the photos. You knew there's a presence there, but when you look at the photo you're like, Jesus. But they never shove it in your face. It's never it's not like movies and video games these days. They rely too much on jump scares and just shock horror. In this, it's a lot more subtle, but at the same time, it's not too subtle that you'll miss it. It's just if you really delve into it more and you think about it more, the better it becomes. And I haven't finished the game yet. I'm saying I'm in the last half an hour. I don't know, 3 or 4 hour game. But I really like the way they done it, because the horror it feels very well paced, and it feels like it's ramping up gradually, and it's just getting creepier. And it's creepy in the most basically. There's this one mechanic where you're constantly you'll be walking down this path and you talk to your stepbrother, for example, but then it kind of time repeats itself and you walk down the path, but you're aware that you just did this, and gradually it just keeps happening, and you start freaking out more, and you're trying to tell your stepper, we're looping, we're in a time loop, this has happened, you have said what you are just saying, and then he slowly cops on it, and it just gets a bit creepier and creepier, and these are just small, tiny things of what I'm saying that makes this game creepy and really well done in its horror aspect. I really recommend anyone check out this game because it is really interesting, and it also has a lot of good banter between all the characters, so it keeps it interesting. I never feel too tense. It's tense at the right moments, but then the characters bantering kind of eases off a little because they're usually just mocking each other and having fun and all that. I really recommend anyone check this out, especially if you're a fan of good horror. Especially if you're a video game fan looking for a good horror game. I wouldn't say it's a pure horror game, but it has horror elements and they do them very well. It's more kind of creepy uneasiness, more than just in your face horror. I just had to talk about it because I feel like this game really deserves more recognition than it has, and it does horror right. It does in a way where it doesn't make you scared to play the game, but it does have this. It makes you feel a sense of dread and a bit of terror while playing it, and that's the type of stuff that I really like. Not necessarily the shock horror or oh shit, someone's chasing me or something popped up. More okay, this place feels wrong, and then there's something behind all this. Is this getting really creepy? And that's the type of horror I like, and that is the type of horror Oxenfree presents. So if you like horror, you love video games, I recommend checking this out. It's only €20 and it is well worth it. That's all I gotta say, so I'll see you next time.